nice ad at the end there. Now, comedian Russell Brand has always courted controversy, so we knew things would get interesting when he went to speak to the Oxford Union the day after BNP chair Nick Griffin. Over to you, Russell.
All right, hello, how's it going?
How are you?
Good, thanks. I'm here to do something very important.
Oh, okay.
Really? Who's that?
I'll be striking any smart Alex among you, and I imagine you're all quite bright by virtue of the fact that you've come here. Are you?
Well, debatable.
But the very fact that you said it was debatable and you could have a debate and it wouldn't resort immediately to spitting is a positive thing. Yeah.
Yes!
Who'd have thought that the primary mode of communication employed by the Oxford student of today would be arse-grabbing, but still, this young gentleman here assaulted me in the vilest way possible. I'm Russell Brand.
He's perfect, though.
Good lad. I've come here. It's all right, he just needs to be on the breast of people. There he goes. He's right as rain now. I've come here, right, because I'm interested in Oxford University. Think of people who have come here, all right people, like I think Tony Benn come here, I think Oscar Wilde came here, but then people like Tony Blair, Thatcher came here. Only just yesterday, racists were here doing some preaching. The BNP, did any of you see the BNP?
Yeah.
Good bunch, they're BNP. They're trying their hardest. Right, and so I've come here really to see what it might be like to have a formal education myself. I'm an autodidact. You must know what that means. Oh, no. I taught myself. They've come to Oxford, they don't even know half my vocabulary, poor sod. I'm off to have a tutorial now. Who's it with?
Dr. Douglas Fairhurst.
What's he like in a lecture situation?
Amazing.
Is he?
So clever.
Well, it's clever.
Yeah.
So, what, I should take this opportunity to learn then, yeah?
Yes.
I'm being
yes.
gifted a golden opportunity?
Yes.
Oh, Christ.
Yes.
Dr. R.J. Douglas Fairhurst. How do I address you?
Robert.
Robert? Oh, that's simple enough, isn't it?
Which was it?
Anywhere. This is out of Educating Rita.
OK, well, I read your book, or indeed your Booky Wook.
Yes.
As a writer, you have this very, very kind of dexterous double vision. On the one hand, you have the kind of the wide-eyed innocence of the child, in which things are always tremendously exciting and new. But then there's also a sort of narrow-eyed horror of the adult. And that kind of comic double act in your own writing struck me as symptomatic of a lot of comic writing, like Peter Cook. Wilde is another good example.
The reason that I'm so deeply solipsistic is because I do not highly value the self, which is an odd thing for such an egotistical person to say.
Not
I think
at all.
that you're only it's like I sort of consider my experiences as representatives. I see how that sort of works for me comically is endless inquisition, the relentless curiosity of a child, but the ability to call and respond, which would only prevail in adulthood, or would only be an option in adulthood. Oh, I always end up doing, you know, and I think, oh, what else can you do as an artist, you know, without complicating life too much, is I sort of think, be authentic, be honest, and be beautiful.
Beauty is truth, truth beauty. That is all you know on earth and all you need to know.
Who says that?
Keats. The last two lines of Ode on the Grecian.
Ah, perfect. Keats and Yeats are on your side, in the words of Morrissey. What I'll take from that tutorial, right, is I've got this brilliant ability to summarise information. Right, look at all the things that got said in that room, loads and loads. You didn't see half of it. Loads went on in there, right? Well, this is what I come away with. You're as good as Oscar Wilde and Peter Cook. Thanks, right? Cheers, then. See you later, then.
Well, shall I show you?
Yeah, please do. Hello, good evening, all right, mate. Hello there.
Everyone's quite excited, I think.
Hello, all right. There's football hall here every night, is there?
Yeah.
That's Edward II.
Do you know how he died?
Is he Edward the Confessor, poker up his arse?
Poker up his arse, Edward VII.
Little, some parts of history I do learn about.
Everyone remembers some bits.
Anyone who dies of an anus-related death, I've made a mental note.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 8th week at the Oxford Union. Tonight we have a man who needs no introduction, so I'll leave you with Russell Brand.
Thanks for coming. Thanks, Luke, for that lovely introduction. Thanks to all of you for turning up here, you lovely young people. Look at you all brimming and burgeoning with open possibility. Oh, that's my book. I wrote that. Hey! The novelty's still not worn off. You know, that's nice, isn't it? I still have that sort of sense of joy at seeing the bloody thing. Pain in the arse, isn't it, writing something? But that's it, many words in that. 95,000. Not all of them are different, of course. So, there is a crossover. Oh, hello. I bet you didn't do that for Nick Griffin, did you? Be quiet! If he thinks we're different, he'll throw us out. I bet they had a young BNP, which is delightful. Like, young, are you? Yes, I'm quite young. You can still be racist. Join the young BNP. Like the Hitler Youth. I mean, I don't know much about what they got up to, but it must be a drag, wasn't it, being the Hitler Youth? Because Hitler, he was nothing if not regimented. You know, sort of like, when you're an adolescent, you know, oh, no. Right, come on, be a bit more Nazi. Oh. No, do I have to? I can't be bothered. I suppose what's inescapable behind the racist ideology is fear, terror, this sort of quaking neurosis, this desperation to cling on to something that probably never even really existed, some bizarre Nordic ideology, some sort of Celtic crap that would have been no good to anybody. It certainly wouldn't be a system for government. There's no point reacting to them with anger, is there? Because, like, that means you've got something all horrible and angry, and then you react to it with horrible angriness. That's just more horrible angry, isn't it? Which is like the war on terror, isn't it? War on terror. Oh no, we've got terror! Right, what should we do to make it better? War! Ah! Right, that's not worked. Try cancer! Cancer! Still no good. AIDS! No, it's just getting worse. Take a deep breath, think, shut up. So I've written a book. This is the first public reading of the book that I've done. So, nothing, really. So what? Meaningless. Oh, we were there! Right, so it comes from a time... I used to work at MTV when I was a cracking heroin addict, got sacked from there for dressing up as Osama bin Laden on September the 12th. Timing, I now see... I thought that's what gave the costume its kick. Retrospectively, you can sometimes be too on it as a comic, you know. Right, so I'm talking about some lap dancer that I was... you know. I got her delivered to the house in a cab using the MTV Addison Lee account, of which I'm still the world record exploiter. I used to hang out in crack dens with a car outside, get my mum brought round, takeaways delivered, and my mum's takeaways delivered. On one crazy occasion, I had my mum delivered to a takeaway just to mix things up. I exploited that account from the moment I started working at MTV to the moment they sacked me. I simply didn't use public transport from the second an MTV researcher spoke these cherished words: Russell, as a presenter, you get an account number to use Addison Lee whenever you need to get to work. I ignored the get to work bit. Every single journey I took from then on was in an account cab, and not just my own journeys. Sometimes I'd have 2 or 3 cars out at a time, ferrying my mum around or picking up people from airports. Sometimes I didn't know those people. I just... Michaela arrived in her car just as someone else departed in theirs. Danielle was away in Paris. He's a bloke. I don't know why. They're French people. They with language, don't they? Well, they've got their own one, it seems, altogether. What about this, right? The Netherlands is called the Netherlands, and we call it Holland. If someone calls their country something, that's what it's called. Oh, yeah, it's the Netherlands. I prefer Holland. Oh, no, please, if you don't mind, you know, the Netherlands. Holland. And Dutch has got nothing to do with either of them. Language is laughing at us. Now, I feel that I've probably spoken to you for about half an hour. I've enjoyed it enormously, and I'd be very happy to take questions.
Are you or are you not going to run for London Mayor?
I ain't going to run for a London Mayor because I'm a revolutionary. I've never voted. I don't agree with democracy in any forms. I think we need to formulate now the very core and root of a revolution. As Billy Connolly says, don't vote, it encourages them. You know, no one... and I mean no disrespect, darling Luke, but no one... I'm sure that we have a future leader of the Tory party or whatever is posing as a Tory party when Luke's eventually an adult. Bless you. I won't be running for a London mayor, but I will be overthrowing all the world governments at some stage.
We'll have to finish that, so a round of applause.
What I learned from this day at Oxford University is that sort of academia needn't be intimidating. I've met some lovely characters and really enjoyed it. There was a moment when I was up there chatting to them and signing books, I thought, I would have loved to have come somewhere like here. A snapshot of it like that, captured in a moment, it is sort of think, oh wow, we'd be sat around like this talking about Yeats and Keats and whatnot.
My mother thinks that you're the second most intelligent person on television.
Stephen Fry's
Stephen
number
Fry.
one.
What do you think of Stephen Fry?
I love him.
You do?
Yeah, I think he's a beautiful.
So you're not annoyed that
man.
he's first?
No, but it's, there's no shame in being second to Stephen Fry, unless it was in a straight nose competition. The whole thing's been quite beautiful and lovely, really, and not just because of the physical geographical situation, but the ideals which it adheres to, which are accessible not just here, but within your own brain box.